Hi, I'm Jess. Welcome to the Up Dog Yoga Studio. Today is your 8th and final class of your Mama Baby Yoga 8-week course. So congratulations for making it to the mat, and congratulations for making it to the mat all other 7 times. I'm excited to be here with you on your final day, so let's go ahead and get right into it. We're going to start in a comfortable seat. As a reminder, it's always nice to have a bolster and some blocks. If you don't, a pillow and some books to help give you some support in our postnatal positions. We're going to start in a comfortable seat. I like to sit on the bolster, and an easy cross-legged position is my choice. We're going to do some Nadi Shodhana breathing, some alternate nostril breath this morning. So the way that works is we're going to bring our right peace finger onto our forehead, and then you've automatically got your thumb going outside of the right nostril and your ring and your pinky going outside of the left. So we'll alternate closing off with those fingers and thumbs, yeah? So we'll go ahead and sit up tall, relax the shoulders, open up the chest. Take a regular round of breath, breathing in, breathing out. Plug the right nostril, inhale the left. Exhale the left. Plug the left nostril, inhale the right. Exhale the right. Move it to the left, big breath in. And out. Move it to the right. Whole inhale. Completely release that breath through the right nostril. 3 more rounds each side, left side. Breathe in. And out. To the right. And out. Relax the shoulders, last 2 rounds. Left, last time. To the right. Relax both hands on your knees. Roll those shoulders back once more. Close the eyes down if they're not already. Sit up tall. Find that natural breath. Hopefully noticing how the breath is a little bit more fulfilling, a little bit more easy, and a little bit more balanced. All right, so we're going to find our reclined butterfly position. You've got your bolster running along like your spine. Going to have it pulling into the tailbone, and then knees wide, bottoms of your feet touch. Go ahead and lie on back onto that bolster. Relax the arms down by your sides. A great position to have your little one on your chest for a cuddle if they need. Otherwise, enjoy the space. Let's take 3 big rounds of breath here. As you inhale, feel the belly, the ribs, and the chest expand and open up. And as you exhale, slowly release that breath, the same pace that you brought the breath into the body. Last time, breathe in and out. We'll take a few more rounds of breath here, coming into our Ujjayi breathing now. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose only. Getting that loud, audible exhale for you to ground yourself into your practice with. Remembering that no matter how many times you have to stop and start this flow, how many times you get pulled away, stay with your breath. Let this be your yoga practice. Let the asanas be the cherry on top. Let the breath, the attachment, the connection into the breath be the practice. One more round of breath. And let's roll off of the bolster to your right side if you can. Otherwise, whatever your space allows for. Rolling all the way off, coming into the fetal position. Hugging the knees up into the chest. And then we'll roll back onto your backs, pushing that bolster out of the way as you do. Coming back onto your backs and hugging the knees into your chest. Go ahead and push that lower back into the mat, getting a nice little lower back massage here. And then we're gonna come into a supine twist. So let's drop the knees over to the left to begin. Stretch the arms out, looking away from the knees, so look to the right hand. Today we're gonna be working on balance. So we're gonna put everything together that you've learned over your 8 weeks on the mat. And we're gonna focus in on creating that balance. So you know most of these positions that we're gonna go through today. So you know these in your body. And now can you balance them out in your body? Take 2 more rounds of breath on this side. We'll work on finding that balance of strength and lightness in every pose, specifically those powerful poses. So dropping knees to the right, let the eyes look away to the left hand. Getting that nice stretch here through the outside of the glutes, through the lower back. My body is personally craving this today. Leona's knocked my water bottle over. It's not a live class, but there's real live things happening here. Come onto your backs, hug the knees up into your chest, and then let's rock and roll, getting that massage up and down the spine, rolling all the way up, picking that water bottle up, and we'll find our way into a tabletop. So setting up into your tabletop, you've got shoulders over wrist and hips over knees. We're gonna find our 5 rounds of cat and cow. Let's begin with cow. Inhale, let the belly sink down towards the mat. Roll the shoulders back, open up the chest, look forward, breathe in. Exhale, cat back. Scoop that pelvis up to your lower ribs. Separate the shoulder blades as you push the floor away powerfully with the hands. 4 more rounds. Inhale, relax the belly, create space. Look up. Exhale, contract the core. That's starting with that pelvic floor, lifting up, and then release tension through the upper back. 3 more rounds. Connect movement to breath here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Twice more. You can always be adding on any additional movement to your cat and cow. Last round. And coming into that neutral spine, let's check in with your hands. Make sure you've got wide jazz hands here. Pointer fingers pointing forward to protect those wrists. From here, we'll set up for down dog. So tuck the toes, lift the hips high. All right, and in your down dog, walking it out from right to left. All the while, I want you to continue lifting those hips up to the sky. Push the chest back to the thighs. Relax the head. Ground into the mat through the heels of your hands. Grip onto the mat through your finger pads. Let the heels of your feet melt down towards the mat. Stay here for 2 more rounds of breath. Now let's walk the hands back to your feet. Coming into a ragdoll, a nice passive forward fold with knees graciously bent, arms relaxing down towards the mat, or you can grab opposite elbows. Keep on lifting those hips up to the sky. Keep on relaxing the head. Just gently releasing tension from the entire backside of your body. From the heels, up the hamstrings, over the spine, down through the neck, and off of the top of your head. Let that tension roll down and out of the body. And now we'll make our way up into a tall mountain, just slowly rolling up. Take your time. Once you get there, roll the shoulders back. Reach the arms up overhead. Big breath in. Open mouth, exhale, hands to heart. Tall mountain, inhale, stretch it up high. Forward fold, exhale, bring the hands down towards your feet. Come into a halfway lift. I want the spine to become parallel with the mat below. So that either means that hands are on your shins or fingertips are on your mat. Have a micro bend in the knees still. Stay here for one more breath in. Exhale, walk the hands back into your down dog. Push the chest back to the thighs. Roll those inner thighs up and back. Relax the head. This time, let's step forward into that halfway lift. So take one big step or a couple of steps, and then come into your halfway lift, flattening out the back. Forward fold on the exhale. Utkatasana, chair pose this time. Sweep the floor with the fingertips. Lengthen the spine down towards the mat. Activate that lower core by scooping the pelvis up, but I want you to send the bum back towards the back of your room. Relax the shoulder blades down the back. Stay here for 2 more rounds of breath, getting strong, finding that balance between strength and lightness though. So light in the chest, light through the fingers. Breathe in, fold on the breath out. Halfway lift, extend the spine. Step the left leg back, come into a high lunge. So the right foot is forward, the left leg is back. Inhale the chest and the arms up. Push that left hip forward, hug that right hip back and in. Relax the shoulder blades down the back, just like in your chair pose. Feel that energy between the 2 feet. Squeezing those 2 feet towards one another, but using that energy to find extension up through the arms, up through the center line of the body. Stay for one more round of breath. Breathing in. Exhale the hands down to frame the foot. Step the left foot up to meet the right. Halfway lift. And the right leg back to form that high lunge. So the left foot is forward, the right leg is back. Inhale the chest and the arms up. Square off. Melt the shoulders down. Find 3 rounds of breath here. You can have a slight bend in that back knee, or that back leg can be strong and straight. That's wherever your energy is at today. Find one more breath in. Exhale the hands down. Step the left foot back now. Come into a high plank. Let's hold here for 3 rounds of breath. The knees can come down and the heels can come up, or you can keep the knees lifted up off of the mat. I want you to engage the entire body here, so press the floor away powerfully with the hands. Scoop the pelvis up to the lower ribs. Stay with me for one more breath in. Now start to lower down. Slightly come forward and exhale down through low plank all the way down to the mat. Baby cobra. Lift the head and the tops of the shoulders up. Roll those shoulders back. And down dog. Releasing that breath. And let's do one more sun salutation B to warm up the body. Step forward, halfway lift. Breathe in. Fold on the breath out. Feet stay hip width. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Lengthening that lower back down. Activating that lower core up. Stay for one more breath in. Forward fold with your exhale. Halfway lift, find length. Step the left leg back, high lunge. Left leg goes back. Inhale, chest and arms lift up. Stay for one more breath in. Exhale, hands down. Step the left foot up to meet the right into a halfway lift. Exhale, step the right leg back. Inhale, reach up to the sky with those arms framing the face. Shoulders relax from ears. Find that lightness in the pose. So legs are strong, but I'm not bringing in tension anywhere where I don't need. I don't need tension in my shoulders. I don't need tension in my fingers. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, float those hands down. Step the left leg back. Find your way through vinyasa. Slightly come forward, then lower all the way down. Cobra, lift the whole chest up. Hips and legs stay down. Roll the shoulders back. Down dog, push back towards the knees, then lift those hips up high. And let's come into a child's pose. We're gonna take 5 breaths here. You can have knees as wide as your mat, or you can have knees together and arms down by your sides. If you're like me, my hips are feeling a bit funny lately, so knees together is more comfortable. You want this to be a restorative pose, a place where you can come back to your breath, creating that balance.
can't always be strong, and we can't always be light. Create that balance on your mat today. Coming back through tabletop. Using our tabletop to set up for down dog. So tabletop's a great place to set up because we know our hands and our feet are the correct distance apart or thereabouts. So tuck the toes, lift the hips up, creating that beautiful downward dog shape where we get that active release of tension through our shoulder girdle. All right. Let's step forward into that halfway lift. Breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Feet stay hip width, roll up into a tall mountain. Leave the arms lifted up, but interlace the fingers. Release the pointer fingers up to the sky, banana pose. Take an inhale, stretch up. Exhale, stretch over to the right. Kicking those hips out to the left here. So feeling like you're drawing a line down that side wall. Pushing the hips out. Keep the feet equally grounded down though, so the same amount of weight in each foot. Chest is open. Inhale, come up. Exhale, over to the left. Hips are pushing out to the right. Feet are grounding down through the four corners of each foot. One more round of breath, maybe looking past that right armpit. And then inhale, come up. Arms stay lifted, but separate the hands. Take a breath in. Exhale, chair pose. Heel toe those feet together in your chair pose so they're in Tadasana alignment. Sit deeply into the chair, scoop that pelvis up. Breathe in, breathe out. Hands come down through heart space on your exhale. Coming into a twisted chair, we're gonna lengthen forward with the breath in, twist to the right on the breath out, hooking that left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Push those hands down to heart space. Keep the hips level. So if you look down at your knees, you see one knee poking out, scoop that pelvis up. Then come back to looking to the side wall, maybe over that right shoulder even. Chest is really open here. One more round of breath. Come back through center. Stay for the inhale and create length. Now twist on the exhale to the left. Right elbow hooks to the outside of the left thigh. Hands are pushing down into the center of your chest. Lower core is active so that the hips stay level, so that you're getting as much as you can out of this twist, toning our organs, releasing toxins. One more round of breath. Come back through center. Reach the arms up to the sky. You're strong, you've got this, and forward fold. Nice work, mamas. Heel toe those feet so they're hip width again. Come into your halfway lift. Now we step the left leg back, coming into that high lunge. Inhale, lift the chest and the arms up. Pushing that left hip forward, hug that right hip back and in. Stay for a round of breath. Now we're going to find eagle arms. Wrap the right arm underneath the left. So we'll cross at the elbows, wind at the forearms until the palms of your hands touch, lifting elbows up to shoulder height. The modification here is giving yourself a hug, just having the right elbow underneath the left. So those are your two options. Still strong through the legs, square through the hips, shoulder blades melting down the back. On the breath in, point the elbows up to the sky, a micro back bend here. Stay for one more breath in. On the exhale, start hugging those elbows down towards the groin. Finding a arrowhead style position here. Lengthen out through the back of your neck. Separate those shoulder blades. Find one more round of breath so you're strong through the core. And then inhale, bring those elbows back up in line with your shoulders. Release the bind, so reach the arms up overhead. Stay for the breath in. Warrior two as you exhale. Make sure you've got your front heel in line with the arch of the back foot. Arms stretching out apart from one another. That front knee is like a door opening, so push it towards the outside of that front foot. Stay here for a round of breath. Stay in the lunge. Reverse warrior. Reach the right arm up to the sky. Paint the ceiling with that right hand. Stay for one more breath in.
Extended side angle with your breath out. Bring the right forearm onto your right thigh. Reach the left arm up and over. Palm of the left hand faces down. Now roll that left shoulder away from the left ear. Twist the right ribs up to the sky. So the heart is searching up to the sky. Legs are strong, but the top half of my body is light. Maybe coming into a deeper variation of extended side angle. Stay for one more round of. On the inhale, start to straighten the front leg and find reverse triangle. Finally straightening that front leg, they all say. Breathe in, stretch up, and then Trikonasana, triangle pose. So start with your arms out wide. Start kicking your hips out behind you. So kick the hips back. Hinge over that front hip. Keep on reaching with me until you can't reach anymore. Leave the torso as it is. Just drop the right hand down. Reach the left arm up. Arms are in one straight line. I want you to find extension here. So if you find yourself dipping down, grab yourself that block or that book, place it underneath the right hand. Then feel that nice reach up into the sky. For here in this pose, I want you to feel the exact opposite of holding your little one. So everything extending, everything lengthening, gaining length, gaining space for yourself to open up and breathe. One more inhale. Exhale that left hand down. Turn to the left side of your mat. Set up for a wide-legged forward fold. So the toes point towards the side rim now. Come into a halfway lift so that those hips are level. And now work into the fold, bringing hands in line with your feet or working towards that. Legs stay strong and straight. If you need to lift the ground up to your hands, grab blocks and place them underneath your hands. Relax the shoulders from your ears and just enjoy this stretch. Breathe, mama. Sometimes that balance needs to be about something more than just a physical movement. Sometimes that balance needs to be about taking time and space for yourself. That's what this practice is doing. It's giving back to you, nurturing you. Find one more round of breath. Come into a halfway lift with your breath in. Hands come onto your hips, roll up to standing on the breath out. Turn back to the front of your mat, setting it for pyramid pose. So this left foot steps halfway up, widen the feet so that they're hip width. Now setting up for pyramid, we bring hands behind you for either reverse prayer, looking like this, or you grab opposite elbows. So if you have a gap between your palms in reverse prayer, that means you need to work into your shoulder flexibility and grab opposite elbows. All right, wherever you are, slight back bend on the breath and looking up, hinging over the hips, bowing on the exhale. So let's make this pose a lot about shoulders and a little about hamstrings. So we're going to keep those shoulders rolling back, elbows trying to point up to the sky. Yeah, you're feeling it in the hamstring a bit, but I want this to be about posture. Can you keep each hip in line with one another? Can you keep each shoulder in line with the other? Find one more round of breath. Staying for that inhale, maybe going a little bit deeper. And then bringing hands down to frame that front foot. Maybe grab a block here. We're gonna come into twisting triangle. So the block or the book would come underneath your left hand. And then we're gonna inhale, lengthen forward as you then twist and open up to that right side. Keep hugging that right hip in. Keep reaching that right arm up to the sky. You're creating one giant arm here from fingertip down to your wrist. Stay for one more round of breath, gaining more length. And then exhale that right hand down. Remove the block from the mat. Step this left foot up to meet the right into your halfway lift. Bring the hands down, forward fold. Roll up into your tall mountain. Hands come to heart space. All right. Put the weight into this right foot, and we're gonna come into some balancing poses. Actually, sorry, we're gonna do a little bit of fun with your baby. If you have baby with you,
We're going to come back into that forward fold and give them a pickup, supporting them from behind on their shoulder blades. And then we're gonna do 3 tall mountain lifts with them. So you're gonna reach them up to the sky, press them up into the sky, and then exhale them down into your heart. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, baby hands to heart space. Once more, inhale, looking up, big smiles, and hands to heart space. Now holding baby at your chest, otherwise you've just got hands at heart space. We're gonna work onto our balance now, so putting the weight into that right foot. Feeling strong and grounded through all 4 corners of that right foot. Lifting that pelvic floor up, activating that core. Start gliding that left knee up into your chest. Finding stork pose. Keep hands at heart space here, or again, holding bub. Stay for the breath in. Exhale into your warrior 3. I want you to kick that left leg back, melt the chest down towards the mat. Working to get the crown of your head, the shoulders, and the hips, and the heel all in one line, one capital T-shaped position. If you've got a wall in front of you, you can reach out and grab it just like I did. Now we're gonna come through some repeats of that. So we're gonna inhale, come back through stork pose. Exhale, warrior 3, getting strong through our glutes here. You've got the strength to do this, mama. Inhale, come back through your stork pose. You can wobble like the teacher. Exhale, back into your warrior 3. We've got 2 more of these. Inhale, stork pose. Core is strong, warrior 3. Last time, breathe in. Use that breath to lift that left knee up into your chest, and use that breath out to powerfully kick that left leg out long. Stay for 1 more breath in, and then take a big step back into your high lunge. If you've got bub, go ahead and place them down inside that right foot. Otherwise, reach those arms up to the sky. Squaring off, breathing in. Vinyasa, exhale, flow those hands down. Step that right foot back, slightly come forward and lower down. Finding an up dog or a cobra. I want you to open that chest up to the front of the room. And down dog on the breath out. All right, so we'll bring that all onto the left side. To begin, we're gonna step forward into that halfway lift. Take an inhale, forward fold, and exhale. Feet stay hip width. Roll up into your tall mountain. Leave arms lifted, but interlace fingers. Point your fingers, release upright. Take a breath in, stretch up, and then over to the left this time for your first banana pose. Again, shoot the hips out to the right. Equally ground down through both feet. Open up the chest here. See if you can reach over that little bit more. Inhale, come back up. Stay for 1 more breath in to stretch up, and then over to the right with your breath out. Taking 2 rounds of breath here to get a really nice stretch down that left side body. And inhale, coming up. Stay with arms lifted, but release the grip. Stay for the breath in. Chair pose with your breath out. Heel toe those feet until they touch one another for your Tadasana alignment. Lengthen down through your lower back. Activate that lower core. Smile the collarbones to the front of the room. Stay for the breath in. Hands down through heart space on the breath out. Let's gain some length. Inhale, lengthen forward. Now twist to the left. Right elbow hooks outside of that left thigh. Level hips, open heart, long spine. Extend to the front of your room through the top of the head. Open up that chest that little bit more. Stay for the inhale. Unravel to the center on the exhale. Gain some more length. Breathe in. Twist to the right. On the breath out. 1 more breath in. Exhale, come back through center. Reach the arms up and forward fold. Heel toe the feet so that they're hip width once more. Halfway lift. Now we're gonna step that left leg back. High lunge with the left foot forward, right leg is back. Inhale, the arms up, the chest up, squaring off. I want you to feel really strong and grounded through the ball of that back foot. And then really grounded through the 4 corners of that front foot. Find your strength, grounding down into the earth, and then incorporate that lightness as you continue to reach up into the pose, up past the fingers. Stay for 1 more breath in,
And then eagle arms. We'll wrap the left arm underneath the right, winding at the forearms and until the palms of the hands touch. Remember, you can always modify by giving yourself a hug. You just need that left elbow underneath. On the breath in, point the elbows up to the ceiling. Stay for one more breath in. On the exhale, bow, bringing elbows down towards your groin, creating that arrowhead style position here. Lengthen out of the back of your neck. Stay for one more breath in and out. Inhale, elbows up to shoulder height. Unwind the arms, reach them up to the sky. Deepen back into your lunge. Stay for the inhale. Warrior two with the breath out. Bringing that front heel in line with the arch of your back foot. Engaging through that back leg by really pushing the blade of the back foot down into the mat. Stay in the lunge. Reverse warrior, inhale, stretch it up. Extended side angle, exhale, bring that right arm up and over, painting the ceiling with that right hand. The forearm can rest onto the left thigh, or you could bring the left hand down towards the inside of your left foot, or maybe onto a block. Stay for one more breath in, searching the heart up to the sky. And then on your next inhale, find a reverse triangle, straightening that left leg. Reach the left arm up. Stay for one more inhale. And Trikonasana, triangle pose. Hinge and reach to get into the pose. So reach until you can't reach anymore. Then just simply drop the left hand and reach the right arm directly above the left. Feel strong and engaged through the legs here. So feel those quads active. Feel the kneecaps lifting up into the quads. Now find extension through your spine, through the top of your head and out through your tailbone. Find extension through the arms, through those right fingers trying to touch the ceiling above. Find one more round of breath. Hold for the inhale. Exhale, bring that right hand down. Turn towards the right side of your mat, setting up for your wide-legged forward fold. We're gonna give you the option now to add in that shoulder stretch here. So starting in your halfway lift, you can interlace hands behind you, straighten out through the elbows, and then bow into the fold. If you have a hard time keeping your elbows straight when you interlace fingers, you can grab your shirt or a strap or a towel in between the hands, and then you can get that nice shoulder stretch. Shoulder stretching is delightful during your postnatal years, so I encourage you to try and embrace this pose at least for a couple breaths, and then if it's not your jam, then come into that traditional wide-legged forward fold with hands in line with your feet. We've got one more round of breath here. Release the hands in front of you. Find your halfway lift. Hands come onto your waist. Roll up to standing with the breath out. Turn to the top of your mat for pyramid pose. Right foot steps halfway up. Widen the stance so feet are on railroad tracks. Bring hands behind you for your reverse prayer, or grab opposite elbows. Micro back bend on the breath in. Hinge and bow on the breath out. Remembering to make our pyramid pose a lot about shoulders and a little about hamstrings. So shoulders rolling back, lengthen out through the back of your neck. So think about not having any wrinkles in the back of your neck here. So you're looking in front of that big toe. Now, if you can keep the palms touching and the elbows rolling back, then you can continue to bow until you start to feel that separation of palm. Then you know you found your sweet spot to work into your pyramid pose. Keep those hips level. Find one more breath in. Exhale the hands down to frame that foot. Maybe grab a block, bring it underneath the right hand. We'll find twisting triangle. Now before you twist, lengthen towards the front of the room. Now twist and open up to the left side, reaching that left arm up to the sky. Keep that left hip hugging in as you get some space through the chest, as you get some length through the inside of that left arm. Stay for one more breath in. Exhale the left hand down. That's it. Remove the block from the mat. Step that right foot up to meet the left and forward fold. Now, if you've got Bub, go ahead and give him a grab. If not, go ahead and everyone will roll up into a tall mountain, either holding Bub and reaching them up to the sky or finding prayer hands. Bring bub or your prayer hands down into your chest on the breath out. We'll do 2 more tall mountain lifts. Inhale, press up, look up, give a smile to bub. Exhale, hands to heart, bub to heart. Once more, inhale, up. Exhale, down. All right, so if you've got bub, go ahead and just give yourself a little cocky smile that you're gonna work on balance with that extra weight of baby. And if you don't have bub, go ahead and give yourself a cocky smile that you've created space for yourself. Either way, we're all winning, moms. So put the weight into that left foot. We're gonna start creating that stork pose here. You know where we're going. This is like the top of our mountain in class here. All right, we've got a strong left foot grounded into the mat. We're gonna bring that right knee up into your chest. Hands stay at heart space or you're holding bub. Stay for 1 more breath in, getting really strong here. Warrior 3, exhale, kick that right leg out behind you. I want you to flex that right foot as much as you can. Straighten that right leg out as much as you can. Get into that capital T-shaped position by rolling those shoulders back, pushing the chest down. Feel this warrior 3, you're gonna come back into it. Let's move with a breath now. Inhale into your stork pose. Strong core is where our balance begins. Exhale into your warrior 3. Slow and steady wins the race. We've got 3 more. Inhale, stork pose. Exhale, warrior 3. Now we've got 2 more. Inhale, bring that right knee up into your chest. It's okay if you have to touch the floor in between. No one's judging you. Exhale, warrior 3. Last time, let's make it count. We're getting so strong in our glutes here. Inhale, right knee up. Exhale, right leg back. Stay here for 1 more breath in. Take a big step back into your high lunge. If you've got bub, place them down on the mat. Otherwise, let's reach those arms up. Everyone is here with me now with arms lifted up in your crescent lunge. Stay for the breath in. Exhale, hands down, vinyasa flow. Let's wash that all the way. Slightly come forward, lower down, cobra or up dog. Get space into that chest. And down dog. Find a whole round of breath here. Bring the knees down. Bring the bum down. And we're gonna come to lie onto our backs. And we're gonna do just a little bit of ab work. If you've flown with me before, if you've done yoga with me before, you've probably done this one. So we're gonna do this one with our bub. If you've got them, you don't have to. It's very possible to do without bub. I've got my gender neutral, mammal neutral bub here to flow with. Lay onto your back. Bend your knees, heels lifted up. So you've got shins parallel to the ground below you. Knees start over your hips. Support bub from the outside. Now we're going to take a breath in. Exhale, rock the knees away from the body. Inhale, rock the knees back in above the hips. Straighten those legs into waterfall. And then exhale, lower the heels down towards the earth as low as you can. And then hug those knees back. Place baby back onto your shins, all right? So we're gonna do that 4 more times or as much as you like, whatever you've got time for. Rock those knees out, rock those knees in. Straighten the legs, slide baby down your legs, lower legs down to the mat, and then bring babe onto those shins. We've got 3 more. Rock them out, rock them in. Straighten up and slide as you lower the legs. Knees bent. Twice more. Out, in, up, down. Last time. Up, down. Nice work. Bring babe back onto your shins and then bring them onto your chest. Give them a cuddle. Find a reclined butterfly for just a moment. You can leave bub onto your chest or you can place them off to the side if they're happy to have a lie down by themselves. Let's slow our breath down. Balance is a hard one. It's hard in these first years of life with bub to have balance. But we come to our mat and we work to create that in our daily life. Maybe we find some extra lessons on the mat. Some extra lessons in how to breathe, how to fill your cup, how to find lightness,
in stressful moments. Let's roll up and set up for a reclined hero position here. So you're gonna grab your bolster. So your hero position, you've got two options, hero or half hero. So for your full hero option, you've got heels hugging back towards your hips. Your bum is seated all the way down onto the mat. And then for that bolster, it's pulling in towards your tailbone, again, running long like your spine. And then you'll recline on back. Now, this might not be possible for you. That's no problem. Half hero is there for you. So extend that left leg out straight to begin. You've still got your right knee bent, right heel hugging back towards your hip, and then you're gonna recline back. Now, if reclining all the way back isn't there for you, no problem. Bring the hands behind you and just kind of lean back on those hands. Another great option is to sit against a wall and then lean back against that wall. So wherever you're at, full hero, half hero, sitting against a wall, reclining completely flat onto the mat. Let's be there for 10 full rounds of breath. If you're in that half hero position, after 5 breaths, go ahead and switch legs. Really starting to slow the breath now as we cool the body down. Getting that nice balanced practice here. We created a lot of power in the body, did a lot of yang, and so now we're coming into the yin, the cooler side of our practice, the slower side. We're slowing the thoughts, we're slowing the breath, we're slowing the body. Two more rounds of breath. Hopefully you switch sides if you needed to. All right, from here we're going to push ourselves back up using elbows and hands to find your way back up. Push the bolster off of your mat. To come out of the pose, you're going to walk the hands forward, kind of coming into a tabletop, and then you come back down. Lay all the way down onto your mat, hug the knees into your chest. We're going to come into that supine twist, so bring the arms out like a T, drop the knees over to the left. So you did this at the start of your class. I always like to do one pose at the beginning and end of class that can really help you kind of tell what you've done with your body. Maybe this pose, this twist feels more accessible to you now than it did when you first found it on your mat. Maybe you feel like you've got more space in your lower back, more length down the outside of your leg. Maybe you just feel a little bit more connected into this pose. Let's find a twist on the other side. Come back onto your backs. Level those hips out by scooping that pelvis up just a little bit, and then drop the knees over to the right. Look away from the knees, looking to the left hand. Starting to feel that tension leave the body here, leave the mind. And then come onto your back, give yourself a big hug for showing up onto your mat today, for creating balance in yourself, in your daily life, for your family. For your Shavasana, I encourage you to find waterfall with legs up the wall. So as a reminder to create that pose, the best thing to do is to come at the wall perpendicular with your hips. Get as close to the wall as you can, then you're going to simply swing those legs up. Relax the arms down by your sides. Shut those eyes down. If waterfall isn't right for you today, isn't what you're feeling for your Shavasana, find a comfortable lying down position on the mat. Taking some nice, soothing, natural, relaxing breaths here. Softening the body,
Softening the mind. Taking as much time as you can in your Shavasana. So if you have a lot of time up your sleeve, feel free to go ahead and press pause on this video. Otherwise, you can hang with me for a couple more breaths here as we balance out our practice in our ultimate restorative pose of Shavasana. Enjoy. You're ready, when you're ready, simply roll the legs off of the wall, pausing in the fetal position. To a comfortable position at the top of your mat, to close the practice down together. Once you find your seat, sit up tall, bring hands to heart space, leaving hands at your heart space, reminding ourselves that compassion first starts within and is then able to be sent out to our little ones and those around us. Namaste, mamas.